We got to give credit to Ben Solaski, a sophomore, who helped put all this together. But anyway, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back for the start of the game here on the Bulldog Report. We apologize for a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're all rolling and ready to go now. Once again, happy Halloween. For the first time in over a year, home football here in Metuchen as the 0-3 Bulldogs look for their first win of the year in their home opener against the 2-1 St. Thomas Aquinas Trojans, who have beaten the Bulldogs in each of their last 4 meetings since the two teams came to the same division. The Trojans have been led by their rushing attack, but also their sophomore quarterback, Jaden Young, who Metuchen held to just 44 yards when they faced off last season. Josh, what do they have to do to contain Jaden Young today?
Well, obviously they're going to have to put pressure on that O-line and just snatch him up quickly. They can't let him get over the top. They cannot let him move around in that pocket. All they have to do really is just keep that high press and keep him on his feet, keep him second-guessing, stop him from getting to his wide receivers such as Wyatt and Jones, who have been his best offensive weapons. If they can just hold those 3 guys, they might have a chance here.
Let's pause now for the national anthem.
Let's have a big hand for the Metuchen High School Chorus.
So the Metuchen High School Chorus right there with the national anthem, and it is almost game time. Quickly about the Bulldogs, we talked about it earlier. Stephen Mihalishin at quarterback and A.J. Perillo, his wide receiver, already 201 receiving yards in just 3 games. What do the Bulldogs have to do today to try to exploit the St. Thomas Aquinas defense?
Well, honestly, they're just going to have to keep getting it to Perillo. And if he can remain elusive, if he avoids getting locked down by this St. Thomas Aquinas defense, it's probably, it's going to be good news for this Metuchen team. Mihalishin has had no trouble getting to Perillo over the past few games. So if everything remains good and they can contain Jaden Young, they might see a few scores.
So Valentin Barron, the true freshman, will be kicking off here for the Trojans. Metuchen with 2 deep. It's A.J. Perillo and Dean Serio. For the first time in over a year, football in the Brainy Borough about to get underway. Happy Senior Day, happy Halloween. Metuchen going right to left. Barron lining up for the kickoff. Kick is off and we are underway. Takes a bounce and it's taken around the 20-yard line there by Perillo, who misses a defender and is tripped up around the 32. A little extra activity right after the first play, a little bit pushing and shoving, and these two teams motivated to beat each other today. And now here come the Bulldogs, led out by quarterback Stephen Mihalishin. Josh, what do we got statistically on the juniors so far this year?
Mihalishin is 28 for 50 for passing with 338 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions. For rushing, he has 9 rushes for 57 yards and a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, there is Nealishin, number 11, the junior. He will be key today. Jake Lipinski is in the backfield. They're lined up in the I here for the first play. First play is a pitch back to Lipinski, who's going to throw it. It's a flea flicker, a trick play right off the start, but it's incomplete. How about Metuchen trying to come out with a surprise there?
Yeah, it's definitely good effort, but unfortunately, Lipinski just did not have the power in that arm, and it goes incomplete.
Yeah, good attempt right there by the Bulldogs nonetheless, as they tried to pull some trickery right there. And Jake Lipinski, remember, he did play some quarterback back in freshman and sophomore year as a backup to Will Haranich before Mihalichin came on the scene. But anyway, we got a 2nd down and 10 coming up here. It's just 12 seconds in on Halloween. Ball is at the 32-yard line. Bulldogs once again lined up in the I, 2 receivers out wide. Handoff is to Lipinski. He's trying to break through, but he'll be stopped. Not much there from Lipinski, and quickly it's 3rd down. Maybe a yard right there.
Yeah, you know, Eddie, they even have decent field position. It'd be a shame to just give this drive up after they got swallowed up by that defensive line.
So 3rd down and 9 coming up here at the 33 for the Bulldogs, who have only scored 3 touchdowns so far this season. But, of course, those have been some tough road opponents here today, and then next week's home game, which is their final regular season game, could be key for them to score some points. Anyway, Nealishin out in the shotgun. Motion on the Trojan defense. He's going to roll out to the right, and he's going to get hit hard in the backfield. On rushing a couple players right there in there for the tackle. Desiah Chatelier, number 53, a senior, the first one to get there, and it's 4th down. So Metuchen's going to get ready to punt it away. Nick Dillon, the junior, will be in to punt. St. Thomas Aquinas will get the ball. And Josh, a good defensive stand from St. Thomas despite getting almost tricked on the first play.
Yeah, definitely. We saw those last few plays just get swallowed up. I think the Metuchen O-line really needs to wake up. They cannot let Mihalichin take those hits.
Here comes Najee Lovejoy. He's running it up the sideline, and he's tackled around the 31. Nice return off a pretty solid punt by Nick Dillon. And just 2 minutes in, St. Thomas Aquinas sets up with good field position, and out comes sophomore quarterback Jaden Young, 41 for 83, 640 yards, 8 touchdowns, 4 picks so far this year through the air. On the ground, 24 carries, 176 yards, and a touchdown. And the ball will start here right at the 31-yard line as St. Thomas Aquinas gets ready to roll.
Aquinas will begin their first drive, 1st and 10 from the Metuchen 30.
So 1st and 10 right on the 30. Morelos is in the backfield. It's going to be a pitch. Rolling out to the right is Young. It's going to be caught down around the 15-yard line for a 1st down. That's number 7, Kenny Cogan. Just his 4th catch of the season. Nice pass right there. And it's 1st down.
Play results in a 1st down for St. Thomas Aquinas.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 now at the 15-yard line. Good play right there. And quickly, they are in the red zone looking to score. Morelos steps out to the right. Jaden Young, handoff. Morelos cuts left, misses a tackler, and gets a few yards to about the 10. Morelos, Josh, we talked about it, 73 carries this season. I mean, he has been instrumental in this offense.
Yeah, absolutely, and I wouldn't be surprised if St. Thomas Aquinas looks to him more and more during this game. That was a really solid run through the Metuchen backfield, and he could do some real damage if they're not careful.
So 2nd and 6, ball on the 11. Shotgun, Young rolls out, pressure comes, and it's batted down. Nice defensive play right there by Luke Cadilla, who broke through and got a hand on it. And that'll force a 3rd down and 6 from the 11.
It'll be 3rd and 6 from the
And Metuchen down early in a very dangerous position. Let's see if they can come back from this and stop him here.
Metuchen does have a very good defensive line. A couple of juniors, Luke Cadilla and Christian Schau, have been excellent for this team defensively this year. And that's been part of the reason why, other than the North Plainfield game, they've held their opponents to a combined 49 points, which is pretty solid. One man comes in motion, cuts to the left. Young rolls out left, has space, tries to get away. He moves away, gets free, pressure still coming, checks one to the end zone. Oh, what a catch.
Wow.
That's a touchdown for St. Thomas Aquinas. What a play out there by number 2, John Wyatt, his 4th touchdown catch of the season. Young had all kinds of time there, Josh, was able to roll out of pressure and found the open receiver.
Yeah, and we saw Rocco Dagon, defensive lineman from Metuchen, trying to get a hand of him, was quickly eluded and pushed away. No one else from Metuchen was back there to sweep up the tackle. He had all the time in the world. It was a very good play by St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, and that's the speed. We talked about how he's not as, heavy as some other quarterbacks, but the speed was on display there. Again, he's got time, he's got space, he's going to try to run it. Shimmy shakes, gets clobbered right near the goal line, but he got it across the plane, and St. Thomas takes an early 8-0 lead.
Yeah, and we saw in that last conversion there, he hesitated a bit, which allowed Metuchen to get the play. They cannot do that, especially with such a light quarterback. He needs to keep moving, keep on his feet, and just be aware of everything in his surroundings. That could help St. Thomas Aquinas really push this game forward.
Jane Young looking like Lamar Jackson there as he was making some moves in the pocket, but nonetheless, St. Thomas Aquinas scores first. They got the 3-and-out forced, and now Metuchen, they got to respond right here, Josh. They got to, try to work some things out. They tried the early big play right off the start, which was bold and almost worked. But now let's see if Metuchen can settle in. It'll be Valentine Barron, the freshman, once again kicking it. 3 minutes gone, 8-0 Trojans. Barron, a little bit of a squib kick. It's going to be taken by Perillo around the 20-yard line. He cuts upfield, he gets some space, and he gets all the way forwards to about the 40. Nice play right there by the return man, A.J. Perillo.
It was a very solid run. He got into the channel really early. It's unfortunate that he fumbled the ball a bit, but they are in very good field position again. Let's see if they can get some momentum going and march down the field.
Yeah, ball at the 41-yard line, solid field position. Let's see what Metuchen can do here. Stephen Metuchen so far has been sacked once and has an incompletion. Pardon me, Lipinski had that incompletion on the trick play. So, first down and 10, ball at the 41. Once again, this is the new Bulldog Report. Eddie Kalegi with Josh Hyman bringing you coverage here. Happy Halloween, everyone. Shotgun, 2 receivers out wide. Perillo is one, Serio the other. Metuchen takes the snap. He's got time. He's going to throw it deep down the sideline, and it's intercepted.
Intercepted by Nazir Lawson, the cornerback junior from St. Thomas Aquinas.
I think that was actually John Wyatt, number 2, his 4th interception of the season. Metuchen had an open receiver in Aiden Ahmed, but Wyatt closed in and did a great job to pick that off. Already Metuchen's 4th interception of the year, and St. Thomas, Josh, they've been really strong defensively so far.
Yeah, definitely. They have a lot of confidence very early on. You can hear the frustration coming from the Metuchen bench. This is not a way to start a football game if you want to win. It's going to be very tough to come back from this one.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35 here for the Trojans, who capped off a scoring drive earlier with a touchdown pass. As this one is a deep ball downfield, wide open, 10-5, touchdown Trojans. First play, John Wyatt gets an interception. Very next play, a 65-yard touchdown, and it's 14-0.
Yeah, you can see it. He just left number 26, Matthew Flood, in the dust. It was just a really rough play. But he got through, and it was very good for Jaden Young to see that and be able to effectively and accurately deliver that deep pass.
So John Wyatt already with 2 touchdown catches and an interception in the first 3.5 minutes, making a name for himself. Again, St. Thomas Aquinas, not really a team with a kicker. They're going to go for 2 to try to make this a 16-0 game early. Rolling out right is Young. He's got space. Again, he gets a move. Tries to throw to the corner, and he's got an open Jalen Jones, and it's 16-0. Metuchen defense is giving Young tons of time here. I mean, they're bringing the pressure. It's not all against Metuchen here because Young is just so mobile in the pocket.
Yes, definitely. Young is very quick on his feet, and he has a stellar offensive line, just keeping Metuchen at bay at every turn. We've seen him get close a few times, and then just St. Thomas Aquinas comes in nowhere to sweep him away, giving Young just so much time to throw and run the ball.
So Metuchen quickly in a possession where they really have to score to get the momentum back on their side. 16-0, 8:29 to go. Just a reminder that this is a collaboration of the MHS podcast and Metuchen High School Media Club. I'd like to promote that the podcast has a most recent show up from this Tuesday. There's a yearbook club spotlight and an interview with Greg Tafaro. And on Wednesday, we'll be joined by former members Sarah Terracina and Dylan Manfrey about all that's going on in college amongst COVID. So check that one out. Perillo here on the return. Tries to get free, gets tripped up once again around the 35-yard line, and now Metuchen trying to at least get a long drive and keep the ball here for a while, because a three-play drive to start, and then an interception on the first play on the second drive.
Yeah, definitely. I think right now Metuchen just needs to focus on getting their momentum back, complete a few passes, get a few solid runs, get down the field. I think that'll inspire a lot of confidence as the team and try to slow down that fiery, red-hot St. Thomas Aquinas offense.
And we've talked about on the podcast, this team is very young in terms of their offense because Elijah Irvin, Colin Qualls, Frederick Krebs, three big targets on this offense. Their running back, the receiver, and tight end all graduated, so we'll see what happens here. Strong formation, pitch play. It's Lipinski. He gets free, but gets tripped up. No gain there for Lipinski. He stopped right back at the line of scrimmage. They'll actually rule him back down. Loss of one, so it'll be 2nd down and 11. 2 carries, no yards so far for the senior. Metuchen has already allowed 16 points, and that's more than halfway to what they've allowed in 2 of their 3 games so far this season. They have allowed a lot of early game points and been able to settle down later in the game, but let's see what can happen if they can get something going here offensively. Under center is Metuchen, takes the snap, drops back, throws right, and misses the open Perillo. Overthrew him there, and it's 3rd and 11.
And we can see that St. Thomas Aquinas is getting extremely aggressive, moving both linebackers up to the line, trying to catch Metuchen in a panic and off guard. And unfortunately, it seems to be working for them as Metuchen gives up a very open pass to Perillo.
And, you know, they're bringing so much pressure, and we talked about the size on the St. Thomas Aquinas team. Metuchen takes the snap, has time, throws, gets Lipinski open. Now Lipinski can run, cuts upfield, near the first down. We'll see where they spot it. I think he might have fallen forwards for the first down. And yes, it is. First down. Ball at the 47. Nice play right there by Lipinski. Metuchen checked down and got a good play right there.
Yeah, that is definitely the play they need right now. They need to get back in this game, inspire hope, and that was a great run by Lipinski to get them a solid number of yards and get them that first down that they were desperately needing.
So first down of the day. Ball near midfield. Metuchen with his first completion, and now the Bulldogs looking to do more. First down and 10, ball at the 47. St. Thomas almost jumped off sides. Handoff is to Lipinski. He runs into his own blocker and falls down for a loss of 2. That's tough because if he got around that, he would have had some space to get a few yards.
Yeah, definitely, especially when they're pinching in all of their guys to that line. They're expecting Metuchen to try and run this ball, and it seems that Metuchen's getting a bit panicked, but if they can finally get outside, like you said, beat the linebackers, it's open season in the backfield.
So 6 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter. St. Thomas Aquinas with 2 touchdown passes to John Wyatt and have converted both 2-point conversions to make this a 16-0 game early on. It'll be 2nd down and 12, ball at their own 45. Metuchen drops back, throws a deep ball, and I thought there was pass interference there as well. A.J. Perillo was literally smuggled by Najee Lovejoy, the cornerback, but no call, and it's 3rd and 12.
Yeah, definitely, Eddie. That was a very, very questionable call. There should have been something on the field right there, but it's unfortunate that Metuchen has to deal with that right now.
Yeah, you know, I try to be impartial here, but He really had both of his
Yeah,
arms
and you
restricted
could
there
tell
for making the catch.
Perillo just went to the ground even before the ball was close to him. That was...
And if you compare it to their other big defensive play earlier, on the interception that Wyatt did over Aiden Ahmed, he didn't restrict him. He just
No,
jumped
that
in
was
front of him.
definitely a clean
Yeah,
play,
that's
yes.
clean. Anyway, 3rd down and 12. Metuchen trying to convert their second straight 3rd and long. Metuchen rolls out. Again, it's a screen play, and again, Lipinski has open field, heading near a little short of the 1st down, but he does get it into St. Thomas Aquinas territory. It'll be 4th down and about 3 or 4 yards from the 46. And let's see if Metuchen tries to go for it. They're going to roll it 4th down and 5 at the St. Thomas 48 with 5.5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. And Metuchen, I think they're going to try this and try to see if they can convert it. But at this point, it's a risk worth taking right here. You're already into St. Thomas territory. They'd have a long way to go downfield.
Yeah, definitely. It is an understandable move with very little time left in the quarter, and they need something here. So I'm not surprised that they're trying to go for it. And especially after they had solid plays with Lipinski, they might try to go to him again.
Ahmed and Perillo, the 2 receivers. Metuchen drops back. He has time. He ducks. He runs. He goes. 1st down and more. Metuchen falling forwards to the 39. Stephen Metuchen with a heads-up play to run and take it himself for a 1st down.
Like you said, Eddie, a very bold move, but a very big payoff here. Metuchen's finding its footing, getting some momentum. Let's see if they can get into the 30-yard line and maybe even the 20.
So converting a 3rd and long, converting a 4th and 5. This is definitely Metuchen's best drive so far. They've held the ball for almost 4 minutes now with 4:38 remaining in the 1st quarter. Metuchen, we talked about, he can run as well. Only 9 carries on the year coming in, but he did have 57 yards and a touchdown. And right there, a very wise play. Lipinski in the backfield, I formation, Perillo and Ahmed again, the 2 receivers. Rolling out, completion, and man, he just got leveled. Nice catch, though, by number 21, Nate Daniels, but he got hit by Kenny Cogan. Not much of anything there. Maybe a yard. We'll see how they spot it. So, yes, it'll be 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 38. And Metuchen now, 3 completions on the drive as the Bulldogs trying to roll along. 3:51 remaining in the 1st quarter. They trail 16-0. Three receivers here. Dean Serio, the senior tight end, is out wide right. Strong side is to the left. Metuchen throws. Too strong, almost picked off over the head of Perillo. And that'll set up a 3rd down and 9.
Metuchen has been very good at converting these 3rd down and longs, but you really don't want to be in that situation. You don't want to burn that time and get down to 39, 3rd and 8. So they're definitely going to have to pick it up here.
Metuchen 1 for 3 so far on 3rd downs, and then 1 for 1 on 4th downs. Ball will be at the 38, 3rd down, 9 yards to go. 3.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Once again, this is Eddie Kalegi, Josh Hyman here on the Bulldog Report, bringing you coverage of today's home opener. Happy Halloween, happy Senior Day to everybody. We brought you the Senior Day festivities from earlier on. So 3rd down and 9, lined up in the shotgun, 3 receivers. Pressure brought. Metuchen has time, throws deep, it's Ahmed, gets twisted around and incomplete.
A very solid pass. Unfortunately, he gets tied up, a bit confused, maybe lost track of the ball. Now they're going to face a 4th and long. They may go for it, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Yeah, at this point, with the ball at the 38, and you already converted the first time, you might as well, let's see if they'll try it again with 3:23 remaining in the 1st quarter. Metuchen, he's overthrown his receivers a couple times today, but I wouldn't blame it on him. It's just the pressure has been so strong, he hasn't had time to get off a good throw.
Exactly, and it's not even just on him. The cornerbacks and the safeties have been like glue on these receivers. It's very difficult to get a pass off against the St. Thomas defense.
So they're going to assess the situation. Coach Guy Jensen calls his first timeout here as we are in the 1st quarter. 3:23 remaining, 16-0. Let's talk a little about St. Thomas's offense and quarterback Jaden Young, who has been so good so far today. What have you made of him, and how can Metuchen try to contain him heading forwards?
Jaden Young has been spectacular this game. He is a mobile threat. He is an over-the-top threat. Like I said, like I predicted, he is going to be both a danger in the running game and the passing game. They need to be more aggressive with their defensive line. They're giving him too much time. That offensive line on St. Thomas Aquinas is just protecting him, locking down the defense. I think Metuchen may have to bring more pressure than just that offensive line, perhaps sending up a linebacker like St. Thomas Aquinas has been doing against the Bulldogs.
So the offensive 11 heading out. Metuchen will go for fourth again. They already converted one on a Metuchen run earlier on 4th and 5. This is a little longer. 4th and 9, ball at the 39. Metuchen trying to get deep into St. Thomas territory. 3 receivers to the left. Metuchen, he's got blockers. He's got time. He throws it deep. It's Perillo who's got it down inside the 20. And there's a penalty on the field. Let's see if they add more. There is a flag. Let's see what the call is. If it's on St. Thomas or if it's on Metuchen. I think it might be on St. Thomas.
That definitely looked like some sort of holding or offensive pass interference on St. Thomas Aquinas.
So defensive holding, penalty declined. Metuchen at the red zone, 1st and 10, ball at the 20, as the Bulldogs have a chance to score here.
Like you said, Eddie, another 4th down conversion coming up big from A.J. Perillo, the predicted offensive weapon of Metuchen. And, you know, they're marching down the field like I said they needed to do. They're in a very good position to score right now.
Can't have any silly mistakes. 1st and 10, ball at the 20. Pressure comes. Lipinski cuts upfield, still on his feet, and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Good job by Lipinski to at least not fall too far back as he fought it back to right around the line of scrimmage.
There seemed to be a bit of confusion on the last play. Metuchen not really passing the ball off very smoothly. They kind of got caught up there. That may have cost him a few yards.
I also think, Lipinski's a very talented running back, but this defense front 7 is so strong for St. Thomas that Metuchen really has to rely on the passing game today.
Yes, definitely, but also something to note, Lipinski is also a very solid receiver. If they need him to go up for a pass, he can, which makes his offense very versatile, and they have plenty of options if they need them in order to score.
Long drive, 2nd 11, ball at the 21. Metuchen drops back, rolls right, has time, finds Serio down to the 10, and he's going to get a 1st down. 1st and goal for the Bulldogs down around the 8. So Metuchen finding all different receivers. 3 different guys have a catch on this drive, and now it's going to be a 1st down and goal around the 8. Actually, the 9-yard line.
1st and goal for Metuchen from the Aquinas 9.
Metuchen started this drive back at their own 32, have converted 2 4th downs, and now 1:38 remaining in the 1st quarter, and they're looking to get on the board. They've got 2 in the backfield. They're going to go I formation. Daniels and Lipinski in the backfield. 3 receivers, Serio, Ahmed, and Perillo. Lipinski has blockers, runs left, tries to get free, but not going to get much. Lipinski, they have really game planned for him well today, Josh.
Yeah, definitely. That D-line from St. Thomas Aquinas has been extremely aggressive. I think they're going to have to stop with the run game for a bit. They've been fantastic in their passes, both long and short. They have the aggression. They have the competent receivers. They need to get someone in the end zone so they can score. And unfortunately, I don't think the running game is going to do that right about now.
So loss of 1, Lipinski 5 carries, -3 yards so far. He has struggled, but he does have a nice 13-yard catch. Under a minute remaining in the 1st quarter. Possibly the final play of the quarter here. We shall see, as it'll be 2nd down at the 10, and Metuchen is going to call their 2nd timeout. Only 3 timeouts per half. Metuchen has already had to call their 2nd here in just the 1st quarter, not leaving themselves with that much breathing room in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, definitely not. And I think this was a good timeout call because you do not want to wait for that 2nd quarter whistle, because then St. Thomas Aquinas has time to catch their breath, reevaluate their game plan, prepare for those receivers. You want to get this score down as quickly as possible. With 37 seconds left, they're going to be under a lot of pressure to get something in this quarter.
So once again, it's Halloween. Happy Halloween. It's an unconventional one this year. Josh, what are your plans for this Halloween?
I'm going to be honest, Eddie, I don't really have any plans for Halloween. I feel like I'm getting a bit too old for trick-or-treating. So what about you, however?
I might see a couple friends later today. You know, I'm dressing up as Doug from the Liberty Mutual commercials. That guy's pretty cool.
I know who that is. Are you going with the entire insurance squad with the gecko and Flo?
I've got the stuffed emu though. So
the stuffed emu.
Yes.
It's a great costume idea, Eddie.
Second down and goal. Ball at the 10. 3 receivers. Wide up in the shotgun. Metuchen drops back. Throws deep. End zone. Perillo. Who came up with that?
No way!
Are they calling that an interception?
I believe
so,
so,
Eddie.
Eddie.
Both had their hands on it, and I didn't know if he got a foot in there. And that is tough for Metuchen. A 7-minute drive comes to an end with an interception by Metuchen. Najee Lovejoy picked it off. And now St. Thomas will have it with 31 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Really tough break right there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, all of that momentum, all of that effort just lost in the last few seconds. And it was a good look by Metuchen. Unfortunately, receiver just could not get there. And it was a very, very impressive play by Lovejoy to get behind the receiver and jump up for that catch, just dragging the toes in the end zone.
And really, that was a good throw by Metuchen and a good play by Perillo. Just the secondary has been so strong so far for St. Thomas. And busting up the field is Morales. Almost a touchdown, but a touchdown-saving tackle by Dean Serio. He gets it to about the 38-yard line for a first down with 24 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
And now Metuchen is in a bit of trouble. St. Thomas Aquinas has proved themselves both dangerous in the running game and the passing game. Metuchen's just going to have to guess and, you know, maybe sacrifice either the run or the pass here. It's very, very dangerous position for Metuchen.
13 seconds, possibly final play of the quarter. Again, Morales, full head of steam. Flag comes out after the tackle. We shall see what that is on. Morales brought down after a gain of about 3 to about the 42-yard line. Holding against St. Thomas, their first flag, and that'll push them 10 yards back. So 1st and 20. Will they get the play off before the quarter ends? They did. They're going to play. Young chucks it deep. Daniels almost intercepts it, but he breaks up the pass. And that's how quarter number 1 ends. Metuchen just had a long drive, got picked off in the end zone. St. Thomas scored quickly twice. 16-0 is the score. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back right here on the Bulldog Report. Welcome back, Bulldog Report. Nothing much on the run right there by Morales, and it'll be 3rd and long coming here for St. Thomas. 16-0. Josh, what do you make of the Metuchen defense so far? They're looking a little stronger right here, but they've been exploited so far in this game.
Yeah, they've just been torn wide open, especially by the passes and that very, very strong first run by St. Thomas Aquinas. They're just going to have to be more confident, a bit more aggressive. Right now they're being too passive, and they're just going to have to be more alert. Hopefully those 2 quick scores were a wake-up call, but let's see how they do here.
So it'll be 3rd down and actually 2nd down and 15 from about the 35-ish yard line.
2nd and 15 from the 34.
Young alone in the backfield, drops back. He's going to throw it, and it's a completion out to the 45. Catch made by number 10, Jared Gardner, who has 6 catches, 131 yards, and 2 touchdowns this season. I think, yeah. It was 1st and 20 off of the holding. They ran the play right before the end of the quarter. Only thing is if they're not counting that play that was run right when the clock expired.
Which they should be, which is strange.
They didn't run the play, so
4 yards to go. It's 4th down.
they're going to call it 3rd down nonetheless. Pass, and it's going to be a 1st down, so regardless, St. Thomas converts, and we'll get a fresh set of downs here. John Wyatt, who has been all over the place today. 2 touchdowns and a pick already, and now St. Thomas into Bulldog territory.
Yeah, we thought somebody like Jalen Jones was going to be the big threat today. Bit of a miscalculation. John Wyatt is dangerous against this Metuchen defense.
Yeah, Jalen Jones has 1 catch, plus he caught one of the 2-point conversions.
And it looks like John Wyatt is limping off the field. Looks like to be replaced with number 11, Jamie Hamilton.
Yeah, John Wyatt just came out. That's a tough break. Young keeps it himself, completely fooled the defense, but not Nate Daniels, who breaks through for a tackle in the backfield.
Yeah, swallows him up right there. Very strong tackle to interrupt this strong St. Thomas Aquinas offense.
Great play right there by Nate Daniels, who had a nice catch earlier in the game and now comes through with the tackle. Daniels has a 2nd catch of the year today, and he also had 5 tackles in the first 3 games. One of the many juniors. That's a very solid class of football players. There's not a lot of seniors on this football team, only 6, but the junior class has a lot of big players. This little screen pass to Morellis, he's not going to get much. It's another big-time tackle from Nate Daniels. 2 big plays in a row from the junior.
Yeah, he's stepping up big today with those 2 very important stops right before the 1st down line.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10 at the 45. Both these teams have done well on both 3rd and 4th down so far today. St. Thomas looking for a conversion as they are just into Metuchen territory, leading by 16 with 9:14 remaining in the 2nd quarter. They scored 2 touchdowns in the first 3 minutes and 25 seconds, but nothing since. Little uniform problem. They take a stop for number 26, Matt Flood. He's got to come out. A little bit of confusion. Metuchen's only got 10 on the field. They're going to hustle out John Balesta, a freshman. Let's see if they try to exploit this mismatch with someone who is not expecting to be in the game. Young gets rushed, gets free, he'll run, gets through, gets hit, somehow still going, and now possibly a horse collar and Metuchen on the tackle, which would tack on 15. What a play by Jaden Young. He avoided about 3 tacklers right there. So they are actually going to call block in the back. I thought that might have been a horse collar on Nate Daniels right at the very end of that play, but nonetheless, St. Thomas with their 2nd penalty, and now they're going to get pushed back even further and have to do this all over again.
St. Thomas Aquinas up to the touching 46-yard line. 3rd and 11 from the 46.
So 3rd down and 11. Ball at the 46. Now St. Thomas with some miscommunication about who's going to come in. A lot of trouble with some communication right now for both teams. Metuchen has settled things out if they had the uniform issue for Matt Flood. Now Jaden Young trying to make something happen on 3rd down.
It looks like John Wyatt, who was limping earlier, is back on the field.
Yep, he's out left. Young has all kinds of time. Pressure comes. He rushes away. Now he's got open field to the left. Dagon sprinting forwards. And he's going to get tripped up short of the 1st down. Nice tackle there by number 50, Christian Schau, who has had a great year, leads the team with 16 tackles coming in, and makes a big stop right there. Finally, someone could wrestle down Young, and it'll be 4th down and about 6.
You saw number 35 from Metuchen, Aaron Antiporta, pressuring Jaden Young, something they need to do. Although he missed, he was definitely in the backfield being a menace and being a nuisance to this elusive quarterback.
And that's something Metuchen's defense has to try to do. They got to try to trap guys. If you rush someone forwards, Young's going to roll the other way. He's not. You can't just bring him down with one guy, but if you trap him into a situation where he's got nowhere to go, that's where it could be effective.
Yeah, and we've seen that, just guys rushing him from the side, rushing him from front. Young just spins around, finds a receiver, just takes off himself. That's something they need to do. This defense cannot go one-on-one with this quarterback.
So a little game recap. Metuchen started with the ball, tried a trick play, flea flicker at the start, went 3 and out on the first drive. St. Thomas came down the field and scored. Then Metuchen threw a pick on the first play of their next drive. St. Thomas scored again. And then Metuchen had an 8-minute drive, got all the way to the 8-yard line, but an interception in the end zone. Metuchen's second pick of the day, 5th on the year, and now St. Thomas has the ball. 7:51 remaining in the second quarter with a 4th down coming up, and it looks like they're going to go for it. Metuchen is 2 for 2 today on 4th down, so maybe today's just a lucky day on 4th. We'll see what happens.
4th and 6 to the 41.
Young has time. Metuchen rushes 5. Throws, tipped, intercepted. Christian Schau with the interception, and the Bulldogs take it.
A very impressive play by Christian Schau to stop this St. Thomas Aquinas team from marching down the field. That is definitely the defensive play they needed.
Great defensive teamwork there. Dagon brought a lot of pressure to the quarterback, Young. He got forced to throw a bad throw. Double teaming the receiver. Lipinski tipped it. Schau came up with it. And now Metuchen takes possession and looks to rebound after they came so close to scoring last time and threw the pick in the end zone.
From their own 32.
Bit further back in the field, but they can make something happen if they just focus and do their best.
They started right around here, actually exactly at the 32-yard line last time, and were able to work it down, albeit with the 2 4th down conversions. First play of this drive, Metuchen rolls out, has time, throws, and almost intercepted through the hands of Dean Serio and through the hands of safety Kendall Jordan, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seen it, Metuchen having a lot of luck on these 4th down plays this game, both offensively and defensively. Let's see if they can turn it around here and maybe get some conversions on 2nd down, 3rd down, so you don't have to risk burning up all of that time.
Yeah, you know, if they keep getting in these situations because nothing's happening on 1st and 2nd, so they got to try to attack quickly and early. Handoff here to Lipinski. Again, not much. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. And it'll be 3rd down and 10. I mean, it feels like it's a broken record. Every time Metuchen's in about 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. And aside from the first drive, they've been able to convert them all eventually. So let's see if they continue on that hot streak here.
Got 7 minutes left on the clock in the second quarter.
Yeah, now under 7 minutes. 3rd down. Metuchen trying to get on the board. Almost off sides there from St. Thomas Aquinas with Morellis. Metuchen rolls out, and he will get clobbered. First one there was Jalen Jones. Kenny Cogan assists on the sack, and it's 4th and long.
Metuchen O-line just nowhere to be found as he gets swallowed up at around the 19-yard line. This is going to be near impossible to convert on. They may have to punt here.
Perfectly timed by Jalen Jones. He got a running start right there and just crowded Metuchen, and he had nowhere to turn. And now Dylan is backed up deep and needs a good punt. He got a good one off, almost 50 yards earlier. Let's see what he can do here. Dylan has the space, gets another strong kickoff, but let's see how good the return is. Lovejoy almost falls over. Now he runs 40-30, makes a man miss. Still on his feet, but he'll get dragged down at the 28-yard line. And St. Thomas has great field position as they look to score. So the Bulldogs, just a lot of missed opportunities so far today. Of course, what really hurts is when they got 1st and goal, and we're so close. This could be a 1-possession game right now, which is very different than a 2-possession game at this point, especially since St. Thomas gets the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, Metuchen is is desperately needing something within these next 6 minutes as we are approaching the second half.
Young handoff, running back into his own blocker is Morales. He gets stuffed. 2 tacklers there. Jacob Baser there first. And it'll be second down and long. So second down and 15 at the 39-yard line. Pardon me, 34-yard line. 5 minutes, 17 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Young rolls out, finds a receiver. It's an open Kogan who gets tripped up around the 15-yard line for a Trojan first down.
It's very frustrating. We had a great play from Metuchen there just to give up that long pass for a first down, very close inside the red zone. Let's see if they can stop them here, get a little revenge for that interception in the end zone from earlier.
And you know, both these quarterbacks have been smart. They're not throwing it too far down the field. They're trying to check down and find openings because both these teams, their linebackers are not their strong suits. As Morales here splits through, gets to the 5, gets hit just short of the goal line, and it'll be first and goal right around the 1. Morales cuts upfield, and we talked about how big of a force he is. He hasn't done much today, but they're a big run.
Yeah, definitely. The sophomore with 435 yards definitely was somebody to look out for this game. Metuchen is knowing that right about now as he cuts up the midfield.
So it'll be first and goal, ball right near the goal line. Morales cuts around. There's 3 people in the backfield with Young. Handoff into the end zone. Touchdown. It's Kendall Jordan, his first carry of the season, and it's a touchdown. What a way to start the year on the ground. And St. Thomas Aquinas leads 22-0.
This game is quickly getting out of control for Metuchen. They need a big stop, and they need to get this momentum back on track the second half of this game.
They still have 4.5 minutes before halftime, and the 1 timeout. So there is still time for them to mount one more drive to at least get on the board before halftime. Going for 2. Young rolls to the right. Again has time. There is a flag, though, despite the completion there to number 10, Jared Gardner. And holding against St. Thomas. They'll get backed up 10 yards, and they'll have to try this again. The last time Metuchen hosted St. Thomas 3 years ago, homecoming, St. Thomas beat them 18-0. They've already outscored that mark here in the first half alone. 22-0 the score, and now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up after the holding. So it'll be at the 13-yard line. Jaden Young in the backfield. Motion comes from Gardner. 5 receivers. Young has time. Throws to the right. Completion to Gardner. Tries to sidestep. Works his way towards the end zone. Lipinski stops him short, and no conversion. So it's 22-0 the score with 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Yeah, Metuchen has a lot of work to do, but there is still a chance to score if they play it right and be careful. They will get this ball again, so like we said, a chance to get on the board before halftime, which we know is extremely important for morale, for the game itself even.
Metuchen has had 4 drives. 3 of them have not amounted to much. They had 3 plays or less on those, and then
it's important to note that 2 of them had ended in interceptions as well.
Yes, that is true, and the one long one that got so close they went, I think that's, doing my math in my head, 60 yards they went all the way and had the 2 fourth-down conversions. But let's see what they can do. 4:31 remaining in the first half. They will have Perillo and Serio deep to return. Perillo has gotten 20-plus yards on both of his returns so far. It'll be Barron kicking it off.
It's going to be very important for him to get good field positioning here. As you said, they have been in a bit of trouble with this offensive plays.
Let's see what they can do off the kickoff. Barron kicks this one away. It's squibbed. It's going to be taken by Perillo. Takes it on an awkward hop around the 23. Near the sideline. Fights forward near the 30-yard line. And that's where Metuchen will start things here with 4:25 remaining in the first half. So it'll be first down and 10 at the 29-yard line. Stephen Metuchen coming back. How does he bounce back? He's gotten sacked twice and thrown 2 picks, but also some good plays. How does Metuchen respond here, Josh?
He just needs to get his confidence back, really. I think a few solid short passes, maybe, just like 5 or 6 yards, just to start getting that momentum, get the ball rolling up the field, and then it's just start testing the backfield of this St. Thomas team and try to catch him off guard, try to catch him flat-footed, and maybe even go for a 20, 30-yard pass if he can. They have the time, they have the timeout, they can make something happen here.
Lipinski goes wide. They've got 4 receivers out left. Perillo on the little wheel route is going to get about 3 yards to the 32. Perillo just his second catch of the day. We talked about it. Perillo has been a great two-way player for this team. He missed a lot of last year, but 13 catches, 201 yards, and a touchdown. And then defensively, second on the team with 15 tackles. So second down and 7 coming up from the 32-yard line. Lipinski and Perillo right, Ahmed to the left. I believe that's Daniels in the backfield with Metuchen. All kinds of motion on the line. I think St. Thomas jumped.
From number...
Nope, they're going to call false start against Metuchen. There was some movement. I think it was number 61, Stephen Lally, and also number 53, Desire Chatelier on the other side. But they're going to say it's against Metuchen, and they'll get backed up into another second and long.
This clock is slowly ticking down. That is definitely not something you want to see.
Metuchen downfield tipped. Oh, so close off the bounce to go into Ahmed. Serio was triple covered right there, but he could not make the play, and now it's third and long. Metuchen there, I mean, he had some open receivers, but he decided to go try the deep ball, but just too much coverage right there on Serio.
Yeah, definitely, and I understand wanting to go deep. You are second and long, very little time left, but you have to be careful, especially when you've been picked off twice in this one game.
So 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. 22-0, third down, 12 yards to go for the Bulldogs. Strong side right, 2 receivers. It's the junior pair, Perillo and Ahmed. Shotgun, Metuchen rolls out, all kinds of pressure, gets free from the first, but cannot escape a swarm of defenders. Coming first was Khalil Stubbs, the freshman outside linebacker who came in with 10 tackles on the year. And for the third time today, Metuchen has a 3 and out. Their 5 drives, 2 have ended in 3 and out. 3 have ended in 3 and outs, the other 2 in interceptions. And now there's time on the clock, 3 minutes, and St. Thomas Aquinas still has 2 timeouts. They have the chance to do something again. Nick Dillon almost kicked it into the back of Dean Serio, gets just enough room, and now Lovejoy coughs up the ball but falls right on it. Very, very lucky right there for Lovejoy, who literally got tripped as the ball came out and was fortunate to fall in the direction of the ball and end up on top of it.
Must be very frustrating for Metuchen. What seemed like a lucky break is just not going their way.
And you know, St. Thomas Aquinas, they do have the big lead, but they have been a little sloppy today. That's the second near fumble. They also have the interception to Christian Schau, and there's been some miscommunications. And they've also been dealing with John Wyatt being hurt throughout the second quarter, but he is back in right now as the receiver to the far left. Handoff to Morellis. Morellis dives forwards for about 3 yards to about the Metuchen 43, with 2:38 remaining in the first half. Both these teams have found themselves in a lot of second and third down and longs, but St. Thomas has been able to convert just enough. Metuchen has had a couple conversions, but the drives have tended to stall out. Running left is Young. He gets free past Kobe Williams and gets out of bounds around the 27.
Jaden Young, another very impressive carry to bring it up to roughly the 30-yard line.
That was tough because Metuchen brought the pressure, but Young, with the speed, able to just truck past them. And now just 2:05 remaining in the 2:07 remaining in the first half. right during the first half, during the halftime, me and Josh will take a break, but the stream will be still up, and the Pride of Metuchen marching band will be performing at a halftime, as will the cheerleaders, so we can be excited for that. Handoff here is to Jordan. His first run of the year was a touchdown. This time he's only going to get a couple.
Yeah, I've never seen so many kids be in the spot so many times in this half.
Second down. Ball just past the 30. Young is going to go for the home run ball right here, deep to the end zone.
And
it's
good.
By Wyatt again. John Wyatt has 3 touchdown catches and an interception today. What a first half from the junior.
Yes, and off an incredible pass from Young to that deep ball right into the corner of the end zone. It was so close by Metuchen, but just could not reach it.
Metuchen really struggling today, which is frustrating in front of the home crowd, and they came so close on that one drive to getting at least on the board. But still another half to go and a little bit of time here. But St. Thomas has blown it open. It is now 28-0. 2-point conversion, wide open catch, Jalen Jones, his second so far. It's now 30-0 to St. Thomas.
St. Thomas Aquinas going for 2 on all of their touchdowns, have only failed once to make it 30-0 in this first half against Metuchen.
Metuchen has not won a home game since last September. They have dropped their last 8. Their last win was October 4th of last year on the road at Denellen. They won a hard-fought slugfest 18-12. St. Thomas and Metuchen have been in the same division for the last 4 years. St. Thomas has won all 4 previous matchups. And now it's a new conference for football as well. They merged the Mid-State 38 and GMC to form the Big Central. Metuchen still has St. Thomas in their division, but they've added North Plainfield to the division lineup as well. So kickoff coming. 1:31 remaining in the first half. Minute and change. 30-0 Trojans. Perillo takes it just past the 20. Has some blockers. Weaves back and forth, keeps going, all the way down to the 43. There hasn't been a lot of bright spots today, but Perillo on the returns and also on his 2 receptions, he's been able to make a lot of plays that didn't seem like there was going to be that much going for them.
Yeah, definitely, and even from the somewhat awkward kicks from Barron, making them difficult to scoop up, he's consistently gotten at least 15 yards on most of these plays, giving them decent field position each time. This time they're definitely going to need that field position as they have very little time to put something on the board.
Yeah, minute 24, 1 timeout here for the Bulldogs. This is when having to use 2 of those timeouts really costs them. They used 2 in the first quarter, 1 to reassess a 4th down, and 1 because of that confusion earlier with 10 men on the field and all that. So, lined up in the eye, Lipinski in the backfield. He has not done much on the ground. They're going to fake the handoff, play action. He's going to get the reception. Lipinski makes a man miss, past midfield, 45, keeps going into St. Thomas territory, down at the 40-yard line. Lipinski is down, though, and shaken up.
Uh-oh, looks like we have a bit of a problem here. Lipinski's down, not getting up, surrounded by his teammates.
Yeah, Lipinski just got drilled at the end of that play. Lipinski takes a lot of hard hits, but that's a tough one, especially if they lose him for the rest of this game.
Yeah.
You imagine if it's a blowout, we're going to see some of the backups for both the teams in the second half, but still another game on the season next Saturday at home, so definitely don't want to see Lipinski hurt. He's getting up now. Guy Jensen, the coach, heading over to check on him. Looks like he took a hard shot to the knee there when he went down.
Yeah, but seems to be walking just fine without any help, without any limps. Hopefully he'll get back into this game shortly.
Yeah, so maybe he'll just need the breather at halftime. Still only 1:14 left before the break, but Lipinski will head off with the athletic trainer, and Metuchen will reset with 1:14 remaining in the half. After a big play by Lipinski, but at what cost? He might be out for the rest of the game. We shall see. Hopefully he's all right. So it'll be first down, 10 yards to go. Ball at the St. Thomas 40. Metuchen throws right. It's Perillo. Perillo cutting towards the sideline. He'll get about 3 yards. His third catch of the day. Under a minute remaining now in the half. Metuchen's got to move. Metuchen's giving timeout signals. Let's see what they do. No, he's actually clapping his hands to get them to move faster.
Just 35 seconds to go. They're going to need to do something spectacular here in order to score.
Metuchen wasting a lot of time here. Now only 30 seconds. Metuchen drops back, throws, incomplete into the intended receiver for Aiden Ahmed, and now it's second down. Actually, third down, my bad. Third down and about 6-7 yards to go with 26.9 seconds on the clock here in the first half.
3rd and 8. Flag on the play.
And the flag, and now Metuchen goes 5 yards back. These are the unnecessary mistakes that Metuchen is making at this point. I mean, both teams have gotten a lot of penalties, but Metuchen cannot afford any at this point.
Yes, that was very sloppy from the Metuchen offense. With this little time left, this far down the field, with this much difficulty, those 5 yards are like gold, and they just threw that all away for nothing. They could have easily gotten this playoff in time, but they wasted time. There was a lack of communication, and that may cost them the score this half.
And almost feels like we're constantly saying this. 3rd and long from Metuchen. This time it's 13 yards back at the 43-yard line. 26 seconds. Metuchen with 2 receivers out left. Drops back. He's got time. He throws to the left, just out of the reach of Perillo. A little too far to the left, and it's 4th down at this point. I expect Metuchen might go for it here. We shall see, though. Yep, they're going to go for it here. 4th down, 23 seconds. Last chance for Metuchen to get on the board before the halftime break. Metuchen is actually 2 for 2 so far on 4th down today. Let's see if they can make it 3 for 3. Metuchen, no, he's actually going to punt it. And they're going to let it bounce. I got a little fooled by Metuchen still being out there, but I forgot that he also punts once in a while for this team. I think they were kind of assessing there, maybe a fake punt, but saw just with the pressure, there was nothing they could do.
Yeah, definitely with the way they were lined up, it looked like they were considering either a pass or like a trick play, like you said. Unfortunately, no, and St. Thomas is going to have it to round out this quarter.
Yeah, let's see if St. Thomas just takes a knee or if they try one big home run ball to try to cap off an epic first half for Jaden Young, but it's all about receiver John Wyatt, who has caught 3 touchdowns. He had 3 touchdown catches in the first 3 games combined, and now Jaden Young has thrown 11 touchdowns in 14 quarters this season. 12 seconds, handoff is to Morales. He's going to run right. He's got blockers. He heads right. He's got open field, tripped up at the 37-yard line with 4 seconds on the clock, and St. Thomas will get one more play before halftime.
What do you think they're going to do here, Eddie? Do you think they're just going to round it out, or do you think they're going to try something daring against this Bulldog defense?
I think they might try to throw it deep. You know what? If they score one more time, 35-point game, they can literally just pull the starters.
Absolutely.
In the second
Yes,
half.
it's very possible that they try something. I would not be surprised if they do.
Because these two teams have different aspirations, too. Metuchen, they're just trying to win a home game right here. St. Thomas has their eyes on the state playoffs.
Definitely.
And seeing how far they can go, especially with how much they've rejuvenated their athletic program in recent years. Final play, Young rolls right, and he's going to try to run it. Not going to get much, and that will end a first half that was just dominated by the Trojans. 30-0 the score. Josh, what do you make of this first half?
I mean, it's just utter and complete dominance by St. Thomas Aquinas. Metuchen looks a little lost out there, both on defense and offense. Just a lack of confidence, especially at the line and the backfield for Metuchen. And you've seen it in their tackling. They are not going aggressive on these tackles. It's a lot more like pushing out of bounds, grabbing at the players, and then the offensive line as well, just letting those linebackers and those defensive backs sneak in against Michalishin, pressuring him to make sloppy throws like we saw against that first interception. It's just a lot of difficulty again for this Metuchen team, and especially with now Jacob Lipinski not feeling fresh, maybe a bit shaken up from that knee hit. It's going to be a very, very tough climb from the bottom if they're going to at least get something on the scoreboard.
He's got an ice pack on his shoulder. I think he took a knee to the shoulder. But anyway, we're going to head off. The stream's going to stay up so you can watch the cheerleading and band perform. But anyway, halftime, score St. Thomas 30, Metuchen nothing. Eddie Kalegi, Josh Hyman. This is the Bulldog Report. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Bulldog Report. Metuchen Football Senior Day, Halloween Opening Day, all happening at once as the Bulldogs host St. Thomas Aquinas, just moments away from starting the second half. And it has been all Trojans today, Josh, 30-0. But the story of the game has really been their receiver, John Wyatt.
Definitely, John Wyatt coming up big, scoring three correct of their touchdowns, and an interception early in the game. He has just been incredible. He has eluded this Metuchen defense and offense for such a long time during this game. And Jalen Young coming up big for St. Thomas with, four touchdowns.
Yeah.
And a lot of rushing yards as well. He's just been fantastic on just all around on offense. And it's been really tough for them. But some good news for Metuchen. We've had some good plays from A.J. Perillo, especially in his kick returns, those big throws. And Jacob Lipinski with the rushes. And he's had a few very solid catches. He's taken off down the field a few times now. And he's also had a few decent defensive stops. So, there has been good performance on both sides of this ball. Unfortunately, a lot more of that good performance has been from St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, and we got to talk about that missed opportunity. Maybe their best drive so far this season. I know they've scored a few times, but in other games, but 63 yards down the field and then not being able to capitalize is just really frustrating when Metuchen threw that pick in the end zone. And also, let's see what the deal is with Jake Lipinski, because remember, he was shaken up at the end of the second quarter, and we caught him on camera heading off with an ice pack on his left shoulder. He took a knee to the shoulder on a screen pass with about a minute and a half left in the second half. So St. Thomas will start with the ball. They lost the toss at the beginning, so it's almost time for us to get back going here. 30-0 the score, with the Trojans leading Metuchen.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like he's coming back out in the field. We can see a player on the bench with the trainer that is not in uniform, and it does look like Jacob Lipinski. Unfortunately, he may not be coming back into the game.
That is number 7, Jake Lipinski, so he might be done. Metuchen, if you remember, like 2 years ago, they had a lot of injuries on the football team. Had a pretty good year injury-wise last year, but tough, especially in the shortened season, to lose someone like Jake Lipinski, especially since this is his senior day. Metuchen does not have a lot of seniors on the football team. Honestly, to me, out of the 4 senior days that I've seen, it was probably the shortest senior day festivities, simply the number of people in the football and marching band. Not a lot in the class of 2021, but tough for Lipinski nonetheless. Anyways, Metuchen will be kicking off here as they get set and ready to go. Second half about to begin here on the Bulldog Report. So it'll be Nick Dillon kicking off. He's had a couple of good punts today. Metuchen has had to punt 3 times and have been intercepted twice. So Dillon puts it on the tee. 2 returners deep for St. Thomas. That looks like number 6, Kendall Jordan, and number 11, Jamie Hamilton. This kick is away. It's going to be taken on a bounce, almost fumbled, but recovered, and now running upfield down past the 40. Solid return despite the early troubles for Jalen Jones.
Return by Jalen Jones.
Looks like they're going to be around the 42, 43-yard line.
So Jaden Young's going to stay in the game here for the start of the second half despite the big lead. 30-0. And Young, he's now already up to 11 passing touchdowns this season in just 14 quarters of play. He has really spearheaded a St. Thomas team that, other than today, has struggled defensively. They've came in allowing just about 25 points per game. First play is going to be a handoff. Cutting is Jordan. Nice carry for about 4 or 5 yards to the 46-yard line. It'll be second down and 6.
Gain of about 4 on the play. Second and 6 from the 46-yard line.
Like we've said, Joel Morales, who has been so good this year, has not really done much in terms of productivity. Kendall Jordan has picked up a lot of the slack in the backfield for the Trojans. Second down and 6. This time it's Jordan again, running full head of steam. Stiff arms him in, keeps going all the way down to the 31. What a run right there as he just completely trucked the freshman Matthew Flood.
Yeah, Flood was just caught off guard, got totally leveled. It doesn't help that he is only 160 pounds going up against such a big and big and aggressive offense such as St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, so now St. Thomas deep into Metuchen territory, looking to strike early in the third quarter. It'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 31-yard line of the Bulldogs.
1st and 10 from the 31.
They slide out. Now Morellis in motion. 3 in the backfield. Young hands it off. It's going to be another running back trying to turn the corner down near the 20, trying to stay in bounds, and he stays forwards near the 10-yard line. That was by Kenny Kogan. And another first down. St. Thomas thought Metuchen might respond really strong defensively to start the second half, but St. Thomas is just continuing to put the pressure on.
Yeah, we were going to hope for something big defensively from Metuchen. Unfortunately, they just don't seem to be into it right now.
Christian Schau has the one interception. They've had a couple of big tackles for losses by Nate Daniels, but other than that, St. Thomas has taken down the Metuchen defense, and we know just based on sheer size that this was in some ways expected, but maybe not to this extent. Another carry. This time it's Morellis. Morellis goes wide, but Dean Serio makes the nice tackle right back near the 14-yard line, gain of about 3 yards.
St. Thomas Aquinas in a dangerous space right now, and they've been chugging along on this drive. A score right now is very possible, and unfortunately may bring them to an unstoppable, unbeatable game.
So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 14-yard line. Najee Lovejoy is in. He goes out wide right. He's the only receiver. 3 more in the backfield again. Morellis comes in motion. Back there are Jordan and Kogan. Here comes Jordan, forcing it up forwards to about the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short coming up.
Perillo misses the tackle on that play, costing them a few more precious yards.
So it'll be 3rd down and short, about a yard, maybe 2 at the 10-yard line, as St. Thomas putting Metuchen, backing them way back into a corner here and hoping to get on the board early in the 3rd quarter. They are ready to lead this one 30-0. Young takes the snap, has time, rolls to the right, throws, end zone, back to the end zone, caught, touchdown, another one. This time it's Jared Gardner.
Number 10, Jared Gardner.
4th passing touchdown for Young, and now it's 36-0. Josh, that was really heads-up play because he was looking at other guys and then saw, wait a second, Gardner's wide open, and just chucked it over to him.
Yeah, that's a great part. You gotta be aware. You gotta keep looking as a quarterback. You cannot get fixated on 1 or 2 dudes that you want to throw to. You have to find the open option, and that's what they did, and they did it very well.
2-point conversion attempt. They are 4 for 5 today. Broken up, never mind. It was tipped in the air by Aiden Holloway, but the catch is going to be made by Kenny Kogan, and it is 38-0. And they are 4 for 5 now on 2-point conversions. It is 38-0. This is the second time Metuchen has trailed by a deficit of this margin. They lost 54-0 to North Plainfield back in their 2nd game of the season. The first game back from the postponement, but I mean, now I think the focus for Metuchen today has to be just to score.
Yes.
You came so close in the first quarter. You could feel it, but it's just 8 yards short and the interception in the end zone. Just try to get on the board, and I think even more momentum if they can do it against the main guys for St. Thomas before St. Thomas chooses to pull their starters. Now, important to note, when they changed the playoff system in New Jersey football, they base it off of power points now, which, you know, kind of weighs how much you beat teams by, which we've seen now a hesitance from certain teams to pull their starters because they want to win by that big margin. So we'll see how St. Thomas Aquinas addresses this. Perillo on the return gets tied up at the 35, and that's where the drive will start. And a late push, a little way after the whistle, between Nick Dillon and Khalil Stubbs from St. Thomas.
It's going to be interesting how they compensate for the lack of Lipinski on this offense. They're probably going to find their receivers a bit more, try to rely less on that running game. But his absence is definitely going to be felt heavily during this drive.
Yeah, Nate Daniels is going to be probably in the backfield here, and he came in with just 1 carry so far this season, so he's going to have to step up right here and hope he can do something against this defense. Lipinski has 33 carries for 114 yards this year. They are going to bring someone else in the backfield. That's Matt Sadovsky, a sophomore. Metuchen. And a flag. And Metuchen quickly will be brought back a few yards. That's been another tough side. I know St. Thomas has a few penalties, but Metuchen keeps putting themselves in holes because they can't do anything on first down, and then these penalties are just so costly.
Exactly. They've been very harsh on Metuchen, especially when they're having trouble getting down the field as it is. Adding those 5-10 yards every few plays is just really, really bad for them.
So Metuchen will try this again. Looks left, throws deep, incomplete, out of reach of Nate Daniels, who almost brought that one in, and it's 2nd and long.
Yeah, Metuchen definitely felt the pressure there from number 53 from St. Thomas Aquinas, breaking through the offensive line, getting in his face, and they really are just abandoning the run game, it seems, as they're just trying to get good passes across the middle. Definitely feeling the loss of Lipinski there.
So it'll be 2nd down and 15 at the 30-yard line. Dean Serio is the tight end out wide right. Handoff. Daniels gets tied up in the backfield. Big time pressure comes from 2. Morellis is there, as was number 52, Steve Kogan, and now it's 3rd and long.
Let's see if they can pull off some of their magic here, but it's looking less and less likely as this game goes on. They are being pounded and battered by the St. Thomas defensive line.
So 3rd down and long. Let's see what they can do. Probably an attempted deep ball here. They've got Ahmed and Perillo out to the left, Holloway and Serio to the right, Daniels in the backfield. Metuchen drops back, throws, has an open receiver. Can he get upfield? Perillo fighting near the 1st down. Really close. They're probably going to mark him just short. And it's going to be 4th down and 11. I got fooled there.
We thought that was the 1st-yard pylon, but apparently it is it's only the starting pylon.
We always make mistakes. But anyway, still a good catch by Perillo. They still got some yards, but it's 4th and a lot longer than I thought it was.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly. 4th down and long. But nonetheless, looks like they're going to try to go for it here.
They don't really have many other options but to go for it.
Metuchen, pressured, runs, forwards, full head of steam. He's got the 1st down, gets drilled. But for the 2nd time today, on 4th and long, Stephen Metuchen runs for a 1st, but there is a flag. And it's the hit to the helmet right at the end against St. Thomas. So tack on some more. And now Metuchen will be into Trojan territory. Stephen Metuchen he's had some tough plays today. He's thrown the 2 interceptions. But that's the 2nd time we've seen him be smart and tuck it and run himself. We know, a defense that is, so big, so many people 6'2", 6'3" against him is tough. But he's been able to exploit teams where the size matchup is pretty equal, and today, even with this size disadvantage, he's doing well in these situations.
Very true. And another thing to note, he's very patient and he's very cautious. That is something that has helped him a lot. He could have just easily thrown it to another person, got it intercepted or batted down, but he waited for that opening and took his spot.
Metuchen throws. It's caught. A second straight completion. It's Perillo. Gets free from a couple defenders, and it's another first down. Back-to-back first downs now, and Metuchen deep into their territory. And it looks like there's an injured Trojan down. Kind of got tied up there when he tackled Perillo. So officials timeout here with 4:16 remaining in the third quarter. Injury 38-0 is the current score. Kind of looked like, not sure who it was, but whoever the St. Thomas tackler was kind of got rolled up right there when he was bringing down Perillo. He's up, and it's John Wyatt, who has had such a big game. Second time he's been shaken up today. 3 touchdowns and an interception, but tough for Wyatt. Hopefully he can get back in the game for St. Thomas, because he has been instrumental on this team today on both sides of the field. But anyway, second straight first down, and Metuchen with their best drive since the first quarter. Now with ball at the 27-yard line. First down and 10 coming up. Metuchen takes the snap. Throws. Right side. End zone. It's short.
Intercepted again.
Oh, man. Picked off near the end zone and still on his feet. Hustling and getting manhandled by Metuchen on the sideline. And angry Stephen Metuchen makes a humongous tackle at the end by Kendall Jordan. My goodness, what a tackle. But unfortunately, Metuchen just threw the interception.
It's another big drive just thrown away through an interception right there. It's very unfortunate, but like we said, Kendall Jordan was left wide open with nobody around him, just plenty of time to make that play. They were looking for the deep ball to get a quick touchdown, and unfortunately they just couldn't do it.
Third interception of the day. He had 3 on the season coming in. Now he's got 6 and just the 1 touchdown pass. And Metuchen, who got some honors last week as one of the top standout performers in the Big Central Conference, not having a great day. And St. Thomas Aquinas gets another penalty. That is a block in the back, so they're going to be pushed back. But Josh, how about that tackle by Metuchen after throwing the interception? You could tell he was angry, and he just bowled over Kendall Jordan.
Yeah, it was a very impressive tackle, and that's important. You know, when you make a mistake, it's very tempting to just get angry and give up. But he did what he needed to do, and that's a great show of character right there by Metuchen.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of that thing that happened in the NFL that went viral last week with DK Metcalf chasing down the corner after the interception. There, Morellis on the run gets a couple yards just past the 10, and it'll be second down and about 7.
Gain of about 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
So, it has not been a great day for the Bulldogs, Josh, but it's just great. First home football game here in Metuchen in over a year. And just, you know, there's no student section here, but we went out there to watch the band performance. There's a lot of people here for the game.
Yeah, definitely, and it's great to see that the town is still passionate about this and still very much interested to see their Bulldogs play.
Young finds Gardner over the middle, and Gardner gets free. 1 man to beat. Midfield, jukes a man, heading forwards, still on his feet, and finally brought down at the Metuchen 40. Gain of 50 on the throw right there. Tackle made by Nick Dillon, and a huge play heading down the field by Gardner, and it's first down. That was great. A great eye right there from Young in the backfield, who was able to find Gardner wide open. And Gardner used the Jets, turned on the Jets, and got away from the defenders and almost beat the last tackler, Nick Dillon. Here is Jordan up the middle for 5, and it'll be 2nd and 5 at the 35, under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 from the Bulldogs' 35-yard line.
So 2nd and 5. Handoff, sprinting up the middle. There goes Jordan, feeds to the 10, the 5, brought down, but that'll probably be a horse collar because Nick Dillon got him by the neck to bring him down, and it's going to be 1st and goal coming up here for St. Thomas. And you know, Josh, we talked about it earlier. You know, Metuchen was going to have a tough time stopping this St. Thomas rushing attack that has been so good this year and really dominated them last season because Metuchen lost by 24 and they only gave up 44 pass yards. But again, St. Thomas is using the rushing attack against the Dogs.
Yeah, it looks like they just didn't learn their lesson from last time.
1st and goal. Young looks right. Now rolls back to the left. He's got space. He's going to take it himself. Dives for the plane. He's in. Touchdown. But another flag. Hold on. There has been tons of penalties on both sides today. And it's a hold on the offense. Baser got held up. I believe that was holding on number 56, Brian Moyer Jr., a junior offensive lineman, 6'3", 300 pounds. And they'll be backed up 10 yards and try 1st down again.
6'3", 300. That must be a terrifying sight if you're on the defense.
Oh, well, you know, last year against Denellen, they had a player who was 6'7" and 320. So there's a lot of big players.
Yeah, definitely no shortage of giants for St. Thomas Aquinas.
Rolling out is Young. Throws. End zone. What a catch by Gardner. He dives in. Touchdown, Trojans. 5th touchdown pass of the day. And now it is 44-0. Gardner catches his 2nd touchdown of the quarter. It is 44-0. St. Thomas fast approaching North Plainfield's 54 that they put up against the Bulldogs 2 weeks ago last night. So 2-point conversion coming here. They are 4 for 5 on set attempts so far. Handoff up the middle. Morellis is in. And it's 46-0. St. Thomas just taking control right now. And they're continuing to put on the hurt. Let's see if in the 4th quarter they might pull some of the starters. But like I said, with the PowerPoint situation when it comes to the state playoffs, they just want to score as many points as possible. So just 34 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's 46-0. A little bit of a rundown of today's game. St. Thomas scored 16 points in the first 3 minutes. And then Metuchen had that great drive. Almost scored, but then St. Thomas tacked on 2 more touchdowns before halftime. And now have scored 2 more here to make it 46-0. St. Thomas just, you know, kept up the pressure all game. And Metuchen, just too many mistakes. They've gotten the ball into the end zone twice, both times it went into the other team's hands. As this kick taken by Perillo at the 25. Rushes forwards, and he'll get tied up around the 33. And that's where the drive will begin. Stephen Mialishin trying to bounce back from 3 interceptions today.
Doesn't look like they're going to get the playoff in time for this 3rd quarter. So we will end with Metuchen having the ball at the 33 going into the 4th.
Yep, 4th quarter, 1 quarter to go on senior day. It's been a tough day for Metuchen, but a great day to have football back in the Brady Borough. We'll be back in a moment. 46-0. It's all St. Thomas. Eddie Kalegi and Josh Hyman. This is the Bulldog Report. Final 12 minutes here on Halloween. First play from scrimmage here for Metuchen. Metuchen throws incomplete. Perillo, the intended receiver. And Metuchen has had some bright spots and also just some really poor mistakes today. It's been an up and down game for the junior quarterback. I mean, how does he bounce back? How does he make something good out of what has been a rough day here in this final quarter?
Well, it's going to be tough, but he just needs to keep looking for those receivers. Just continue to be calm, be collected in the pocket. And that also comes from his offensive line, who has to do a much better job of protecting him as he's getting rushed play after play and is just forced to panic or just throw it away or rush.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Metuchen takes the snap, rolls left this time. Is he going to take it himself? He's going to throw. Incomplete. And it's 3rd down. So I did want to mention during this broadcast, St. Thomas Aquinas, their athletic programs have been on the rise. They really want to compete as the premier Catholic, athletics high school in Middlesex County. And the basketball team, of course, speaks for themselves. But the football team, only 4-6 last year. They've had no winning season since 2016. But this appears the year they're finally on the rise. And with Jaden Young, the quarterback, only a sophomore, and a lot of juniors, including John Wyatt, on that offense, this team is destined for a lot of success over the next couple of years, Josh.
Yeah, definitely. I guess they were just tired of being the joke in the GMCs, and now they're really, really on it. And as you can see now, they're posing a threat to pretty much everyone now.
So back-to-back incompletions. It's quickly 3rd and 10 here with 10:17 remaining here on Senior Day. Metuchen drops back, throws left side. Too strong for Perillo. 3 consecutive incompletions and a quick 3 and out for the Metuchen offense.
Looks like another 4th down play, 4th from long. Let's see if they decide to go for it again. They've been very good with these 4th down conversions, but their time is running out. They only have under 10 minutes to go, and they're still scoreless. So let's see what they do here, Eddie.
Kind of confusing right now. There might be a penalty on the play. Oh, so it's a penalty on St. Thomas. Metuchen's going to get a 1st down, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, they're on their own 45. They have good position. They have plenty of time left. They just need to keep focused and keep going forward, and they cannot give it up again deep in the field.
This is the 3rd time they've gotten to this distance. Both of the previous attempts have ended up in interceptions. What can Metuchen do to redeem what has been a rough day for the junior QB? Rolls left. Pressure. Throws. Another flag. Perillo can't come up with this one. Another penalty. We'll see who it's on. And it's a penalty on Metuchen this time. And see, this is what's been so tough. They get a nice break, and now they get another penalty and go back 10 yards.
Yep. It's just very unfortunate. They need to be more clean. They need to be more disciplined, less sloppy, because those little mistakes just add up.
And it's frustrating with the promise this team really had last year when they started 3-2. Stephen Metuchen got GMC Player of the Week honors in a game against Highland Park, albeit I know that was against Highland Park, but still, and then just a bunch of losses in conference play. And this year, I know this is a weird year, but they just kept a good fight with Spotswood. But other than that, it has been 3 games that they really were in no contest for, and they'll hope to recover against Roselle Park. And that one right through the hands of a wide-open Aiden Ahmed, and it's 3rd down.
It's really frustrating because a lot of these passes are very close, a lot of tricky passes from Metuchen, and the St. Thomas Aquinas defense has been very tough, but that is just inexcusable. You cannot drop passes like that all open when you need these big passes and big catches like that.
And he's had a couple of good throws here in this quarter, but Ahmed and Perillo have struggled to bring the ball down. So here comes 3rd down, 8:13 to go. It's a running clock with the score of 5 touchdowns. Metuchen throws, bullet up the middle, out of the reach of Aiden Holloway. I almost called him Colin Qualls because that used to be number 85 on this team for years at tight end. But now it's 4th and 10, and this time it looks like Metuchen will have to punt it away. Nick Dillon is out to kick. And let's see now at this point if St. Thomas finally pulls the starters. I mean, up 46, less than 8 minutes to go. We've seen John Wyatt already get hurt in this game. I mean, if I was them, I wouldn't want to risk any injuries at this point.
Absolutely. Even if you give up a score, it's still much better than seeing another injury like that.
John Wyatt has not returned since that earlier injury. Neither has Jake Lipinski. Metuchen will down this punt at the 27 with 7:20 to go. So last year, St. Thomas was led by a really talented running back by the name of Alex Santiago, who graduated. And now Morellis, who was really in his shadows last year, has stepped up and, I mean, has just been so strong. Not necessarily today. He has not scored yet when literally everybody else in the offense has. But we talked about it at the top of the show. 73 carries, 435 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's really been one of the premier players in the conference so far this season. First play, handoff, left side. It's Morellis. We were just talking about him, and he gets a first down for about 14 to about the 40.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like they are missing Alex Santiago that much with impressive runs like that from Morellis.
So both these teams have had a game postponed due to COVID issues. Metuchen had their home opener against Middlesex on October 10th postponed due to an indoor gathering that several of the players attended. St. Thomas, it wasn't of their doing, but they had a game last week against Shore that was postponed because Shore had multiple positive COVID tests. So both St. Thomas is also coming off of an off week. And, you know, Josh, do you think that kind of helped them out here, rested up and ready to go today after having 2 weeks off?
Oh, yeah, definitely. If they used that week effectively to practice and kind of clean up their strategy and their technique, definitely, yes. An off week can be very helpful to just rest the players, get everything worked out, and work out the kinks in your offense and defense.
So 2nd and 5, ball at the 45-yard line. That was a weird motion right there. Literally everybody started running forwards except for the quarterback. Anyway, handoff. It's a new runner in the backfield. He's going down into Metuchen territory, and he's not on our list, which means they're starting to bring in some of the JV guys. That was number 23 for St. Thomas. So they are starting to turn to some guys, even though Jaden Young is still in the game here with 5 minutes to go. So that was number 23, Jalen Hind. That's on the other copy of the roster. Anyway, so that's Jalen Hind into the game. A lot of different people have run the ball for them. So Jalen Hind in the backfield, as is Kogan and Jordan. Handoff, and this time Hind is tripped up right away by the on-rushing Rocco Dagan. So that'll be 2nd down, maybe a yard there, as we are under 5 minutes to go. Hind again in the backfield. It's going to be Hind, his 3rd consecutive carry. Jumps over a man. It gets about 6. Actually, a little less of that. My perspective was a little off there, but a couple yards there, and it'll be 3rd down.
3rd and about 7.
Looks like they're bringing in more secondary players. Isaiah Morellis, number 85, on the field for St. Thomas Aquinas. And number 31 as well.
Timeout called here. Let's see if this is when the starters are officially pulled. With the win, as long as any sort of Halloween magic doesn't happen here, there'll be 3-1 for St. Thomas. Metuchen will fall to 0-4. Metuchen's final game back at home. We'll have some coverage next Saturday as the Bulldogs play homecoming against Roselle Park next Saturday. It's a 2 o'clock start. It's the 2nd and final home game, and they are allowing some seniors to attend the game because it has homecoming day, so it'll be great to have at least some semblance of a student section here. But like we alluded to in the 3rd quarter, Josh, it almost felt normal when we were out there watching. I know the band had their playing masks on, but the bleachers were full, and there was a lot of people here to watch the game.
Yeah, definitely, and it is great to see, some sort of normal activity coming back finally after all of these weeks and all of these months of just stagnation and halting all of the sports. It's really great to see how we're coming back from this finally.
So a flag right off the snap. And a false start on the offense. That's something St. Thomas has to clean up here. I mean, it hasn't hurt them, obviously, against Metuchen, but against other opponents like a South River that played them really tough and they barely beat, or that lost to North Plainfield, penalties have hurt them today. They've probably got more penalties than Metuchen. I haven't kept count, but they've had a lot, especially here in the second half.
Yeah, it's been very bad for both teams in terms of penalties. But obviously, St. Thomas Aquinas has, for the most part, shrugged them off no problem, where Metuchen has really, really felt the pain.
Jalen Hinn tackled quickly. Nice play right there by number 52, Luke Cadilla, who came into the game fourth on the team in tackles with 9, and it's 4th down and long. So with only 3 minutes left, I wanted to give a thank you to some of the crew. As we talked about, as you can see, this is a lot better produced than some of the other broadcasts we've done before. So a shout out to Ben Solaski and to Raghav, Richard, and Marcus from the Media Club who have been helping us out with the cameras and the production today. Going forward on 4th down, nothing's going there, and Metuchen will get the ball back with 2:45 to go and a running clock and see if they can somehow score. So Josh, they do get one more chance here to get on the board.
Yeah, definitely. There's still plenty of time to get back on the field. They've proven themselves competent that they can, in fact, pass the ball, run the ball just fine. All they need to worry about is just not turning it over, which has been a huge problem in this game, especially with 3 picks, 2 of them in the red zone.
So here we go, 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. And remember, it is a running clock. Once it gets to a 5-score advantage, the clock does not stop under any circumstances. So the clock will just continue to tick here. And Metuchen will just have a final 2-minute drill here. Looks like it's all secondary players coming in.
Yeah, seeing a lot of unfamiliar faces and numbers for the St. Thomas Aquinas defense.
And
So it definitely does look like they are giving their starters a rest.
Also the Metuchen offense, both Matt Sadovsky and Matthew Flood were coming out there. We'll see. One of them might be coming in to play quarterback here. Looks like Mia Lishan's day might be done. We'll see what happens. Lipinski, by the way, is back suited up on the sidelines, but is clearly done for the day, helmet off, after taking that hit in the second quarter. We also have not seen John Wyatt back, who had that incredible first half with an interception defensively and 3 receiving touchdowns, but was tripped up in the third quarter making a tackle on Perillo, came out of the game, and he has not been in since. All a bunch of primarily defensive backups, second on the depth chart, coming in now for St. Thomas. Metuchen about to run a 2-minute drill. Let's see. Will they run? Mia Lishan's on the sidelines. Let's see who's going to be playing quarterback here for the Bulldogs.
Looks like
I think it's Matthew Sadovsky who's going to be quarterback. He was listed as 3rd string on the depth chart last year. First play is going to be a run for Sadovsky. He's going to get out wide, but he's going to get tripped up after a gain of about 3. Matt Sadovsky, first time playing quarterback here. He's only going to get a few yards. Statistics could be wrong on NJ.com, but according to it, they stuck with Mia Lishan and the road game against North Plainfield throughout the game. So this is the first time they are turning to a backup QB this season. 1:20 to go. Lined up in the I, that's the freshman Matthew Flood in the backfield. Antaporta is lined up as the fullback. I think St. Thomas jumped.
number 12.
Yeah, it looked like number 12. Yes, so Metuchen will get 5 more yards. And get it down to the 48. So 1:10 remaining.
Clock is still running, as we've said before.
Yep, with a 5-score lead. That is a rule by the NJSIAA, to lessen the bleeding in a blowout. Unfortunately, Metuchen has become a little too familiar with that happening in their games as of late. Toss play here, and getting mauled in the backfield is the freshman Matthew Flood.
Ball carried by Matthew Flood.
Swallowed up by number 45 by St. Thomas Aquinas.
And now 30 seconds, third down. I mean, honestly, if I was Metuchen, I'd just chuck it down the field and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else left you can do with 20 seconds now left on the clock. That's probably what they're going to do. Let's see if that O-line can hold up long enough for a really long play to come off now.
10 seconds. Handoff, actually. And running backwards further and further back goes Kendall Johnston, the freshman.
And that's
Clock
just
hits
to
zero.
about round up the game.
St. Thomas Aquinas with a beatdown in the Brainy Borough. 46-0, the final score. Metuchen falls to 0-4. St. Thomas up to 3-1. Josh, final impressions from today.
I mean, like I said before, it's just St. Thomas Aquinas just coming out like mad. Just an absolute beatdown. There's really nothing else to say. Metuchen had a few promising moments, but like I said, they squandered them with offensive fouls and just key incompletions and, those really bad picks, like I said, in the red zone. They had a few opportunities to score. This game obviously they were not favored to win, but this is just really rough to see a 46-0 blowout at home.
Yeah, great day for Jaden Young, the quarterback. He threw 5 total touchdowns. St. Thomas scores 46. Metuchen will be back next Saturday, 2 o'clock. It's the homecoming game at home against Roselle Park. We hope you can join us again here on the Bulldog Report. For our crew, Ben Salaski, our producer, for Raghav, Richard, and Marcus, our cameramen, and for Josh Hyman, I'm Eddie Kalegi signing off, wishing you a happy Halloween here on the Bulldog Report.